A very good morning to all. Dear student, welcome back after a few days of gap. Hope all of you are fine by the grace of God. So let's welcome back again for the class. So today we're going to start our biology class of chapter 7, Cell, Structure and Function. Before starting the class, please be ready with your book. Cell, structure and function. So, before starting that lesson, I want to know, maybe all of you heard the cell, no? What is a cell? And a structure and function is given in this chapter. We'll learn about cell and its structure and function. Now, what is a cell? So, cell is a very small unit of life. Okay? Cell is a very small unit of life. It is the, or you can say it is the basic unit of life. Okay? Cell is called as the structural and functional unit of life. Okay? All the organisms are made up of cell. Clear? Cell is the basic building blocks of life. Building blocks means whole our body is made up of millions and millions of cells. Understood? So what is a cell? Cell is the smallest unit of life. It is also called as the building block of life, and it is the structural and functional unit of life. Understood? Okay, let's start. We know that a group of cells make a tissue. A group of tissue performing the same function make an organ, and many organs functioning together make an organ system. Many such organ systems constitute a living organism. So, a group of cells, a group of cells make a tissue. So, cell is the smallest unit of life. Group of cells make a tissue. Okay? A group of tissue, and the group of tissue, they combine together and they performing same function and they make a organ. Okay? This organ combine with the other organ, means combine together, many organ combine together and they make a organ system. Okay? And all this organ system constitute a living organism, combines and make a living organism. Look at the picture given below and number them from 1 to 4 based on the level of organization. So, first is a cell, cardiac muscle cell. It's combined together and make a cardiac muscle tissue. Then it's combined together and form a heart. It is an organ. Then these hearts combine with the other organs and it's make a organ system, that is the circulatory system. The basic unit in any living organism is the cell. So already I told you the basic unit of life in all the organisms is a cell. A cell is called a structural and functional unit of an organism. Cell is also called the structural and functional unit of an organism. Why it is called the structural and functional unit of life, unit of organism? Because our body, that is the structure, physics, our body is called structure, and that structure is made up of millions and millions of cells and function. Whatever the functions like digestion, whatever activities are going on inside our body, that all activities are performed by the cell. That's why cell is called as the structural and functional unit of all organisms. In this chapter, we will learn about the structure of cells and their function. So in this chapter, what we'll learn about the structure of the cell. Yes, cell is the structural and functional unit of all living organisms, but cell also having their one structure and different function inside it. Okay, means different organelles, they very small different parts also are present inside one cell. Okay, so today we learn in this chapter about the structure, how the cell is look like, how is the cell means having their physics, and physics means the structure. Okay, and what is their functions. Okay. At first, discovery of cells. In 1665, an English scientist named Robert Hooke observed a thin slice of cork under his crude microscope. He noticed tiny empty spaces enclosed by wall. He saw that they looked like compartments and named them cells. So, how the cell is discovered? In the year 1665, one English scientist, and his name is the Robert Hooke. What Robert Hooke is doing? He is taking a slice of cork. Cork is one things which are made from the wood. Okay, which are made from the very soft wood, that is called the cork, and that is generally nowadays it is not so popular, but before generally it is used as a lid of a bottle, glass bottle, where we used to keep the chemicals. Okay, so in that bottle it is used as a lid of the bottle to close the bottle. Okay, so Robert Hooke, what he is doing, he is making a very thin slice. He's cut that cork into a very thin slice, and he once made one microscope. It's a crude microscope. Under that microscope, he observed that thin slice of cork, and he noticed there is some empty space. Okay, very small empty space. There is a empty space is there, and that empty space is covered by some wall or boundary. Okay, that empty space or that boundary, it's look like a small compartment. Compartment means small room. Okay, so he gave the name cells. The small room are called as the cells. Okay. In 1670, a Dutchman named Antony van Leeuwenhoek observed and described the cells in a drop of pond water using a microscope. And in the 1670, what happened? A Dutchman, his name is Antony van Leeuwenhoek, observed and described cell in a drop of pond water using a microscope. He is taking a drop of pond water and using a microscope, and he described about the cell. In 1838, a German botanist means the persons who used to learn or study about the plants and nature, forest, that means they are called the botanist. To those who learn or study about the plants, that is called the botanist. So German botanist Matthias Jacob Skelliden declared that the cell is the basic building block of all plant material. So he generally used to study about the plants. So he discovered that cells are present in the plants also. So he declared that cell is the basic building block of all plants materials. Okay. Theodor Schwann, a German biologist, declared that biologist means who used to study about the biology, study about the life, not only one type of life, all the life, okay, like animals, plants, whatever the life are present in the environment, they used to study about that. So they are called the biologists. Declared that animal tissue are made up of cells. So animal tissue also made up of cells. And finally concluded that cell is the basic unit of life. So how it is discovered? First, a cork, Robert Hooke observed in a cork that small holes, small compartment are there. So Robert Hooke declared that it is a cell. Then in 1670, Antony van Leeuwenhoek observed same cells in the drop of water by using a microscope. In 1838, German botanist, he studied cell in the plants. So he declared that cells are present in the plants also. And Theodor Schwann, a German botanist, he also declared the cell in animals. So that means cells are present in plants, animals, water, everywhere, in the cork, everywhere. So it's come to conclusion that cell is the basic unit of all life. Okay. So look, here the cell structure of cell, what Robert Hooke observed under his microscope is given. Okay, this is the structure. Means it's just like a hole, small hole in one set of paper, like that, no? But it is not a small hole, it's like a one room. Okay, that is the structure of cell. Now, scientists observed and study living cells using microscope as they magnify objects that are difficult to observe through the naked eye. So scientists, they observe the living cells by using a microscope, and they under microscope, when they keep the things, things will be magnified, object will be magnified, and that are difficult to observe through the naked eye. It means whatever the small unit which we cannot see from our naked eye, under the microscope we can see that things. So scientists used to use microscope to observe the cells. Okay, so and they used to get some stain. Okay, so they used to keep some color also, that when they put the color, all the parts of the cell will be more clear, more distinct. Okay. From such studies, we know that different living organisms may have a variation in cell size, shape, and number. So, after that, studying under the microscope by using a stain, we come to know that all the different living organisms having a variation in cell. Variation means different in cells. Not all cells are similar in size and shape and number, but they are different. Their numbers are different, their size are different, and their shape are also different. So different numbers or different shape and different size cells are present in all different organisms. Okay. Now, variations in cell numbers. Living organisms may be made up of a single cell or many cells. So living organisms, some are made up of one cell, that is a single cell, and some are made up of a many cell. An organism made up of a single cell is called a unicellular organism. So those organisms which are made up of only one cell or single cell is called as the unicellular organism. Uni means single and cellular means celled. Okay, uni means the single, it is made up of only one cell, and cellular means celled. Okay, example of unicellular organisms are amoeba, paramecium, euglena, yeast, and bacteria. In a unicellular organism, a single cell performs all life function, including feeding, movement, respiration, and reproduction. So, in unicellular organism, what will happen? Only one cell, one single cell perform all the life function. Life function like feeding means they are taking the food, digesting the food, movement, they will move from one place to another, or their parts will move. respiration. They will take the air like we are taking oxygen and exhaling the carbon dioxide. And reproduction, like we are giving birth to our next generation, so they also give birth to their next generation only by performing one cell. Okay. An organism made up of many cells is called a multicellular organism, and the organism which are made up of many cells are called as the multicellular organisms. Multi means many. Example of multicellular organism are plants and animals, including human beings. So example of multicellular organisms are what? All many plants, animals and human beings. Now look. This is the amoeba. It is a unicellular organism. Means amoeba is made up of only one cell. Here, multicellular organism, plant cell in the leaf of a plant. So look here, not only one cell, no, this is one, this is one, this is, so many cells are there. So it is a multicellular organism. These are only the parts of a leaf of a plant, okay, but each contain a many cells. That's why it is called the multicellular organisms. Variation in cell shape and size. Cells become specialized to perform specific functions and exist in different shapes. So cells become what? Specialized, become very special to perform a specific function. Some special cells, some particular cells are there which can perform a specific, some particular function. And they are in different shape. They are present in different shape. They can be disc-shaped, polygonal, branched, or even without any fixed shape as seen in amoeba. So cells are, sometimes you will get, some cells are in disc shape, plates like, polygon like, branch means structure like a tree branch, or even without any fixed shape like amoeba. Have you seen the amoeba cell? It's not having a particular shape. Okay. Nerve cells are elongated as they need to carry masses to different parts of the body. So nerve cell, nervous cell, okay, it's elongated because they need to carry masses to different part of the body. Muscle cells are cylindrical and branched. They help in movement by contracting and relaxing. Skin cells are flat in shape to produce a large surface area for covering the body for protection. White blood cells, WBC, can change their shape to help in destroying the germs in the body. Sperm cells need to swim long distance, so they have a wiggle tail to propel themselves. Cells in plants may be hexagonal, rectangle, or spherical depending on their functions. So these are the different size of the cell. Nerve cell is what? Elongate. Here is the nerve cell. This is the nerve cell. Okay. So like a shape is different. It's look like a tree shape because nerve cells have to send the masses from one part of the body to another. They will take the masses from the brain and they will send to the another cell. Okay. In the higher class, you will learn more about the nerve cell, how the nerve cell will transfer the masses from one part of the body to another. That everything you will get in the class 9 and 10. So these things will be clear there. Okay. Now, you learn this, that it is a elongate shape because it is used to send the masses from, or used to carry the masses from one part of the body to another. So it is a nerve cell. Then the muscle cells are cylindrical. Muscle cells are cylindrical in shape. So why? Muscle cells used to contract and relax our muscle or our body parts. Skin cells are flat. Okay. So skin cell, why flat? It's produce a large surface area to cover our body for protection. White blood cell can change their shape. They can change their shape when required according to the germs. They help in destroying the germs in the body. Sperm cell. Here the shape of a sperm cell is given. This is a sperm cell. It is like a tadpole. Okay, it's having a tail. So why it is having a tail? Because it's have to move a very long distance. That's why. Okay, it's like same like a tadpole. Then cells in plants as a hexagonal, rectangle or spherical shape depending on their function. Here plant root hair cell is given. Okay, so it is different shape. The size of the cell may be as small as a micrometer or as large as a few centimeters. So size of the cell, maybe it's a very small like a micrometer or a large as a few centimeter. The smallest living organism in the bacteria cell, which range in size from 0 to 0.1 to 0.5 micrometer. Very small. Okay. Human nerve cells are said to be the longest one. Human nerve cell is the longest cell which are present in our body. Okay. So student, that much for today's class. In the next class, we'll learn more about the cell, its structure and its function. Okay, and how we can prepare a cell to observe under microscope. Everything we'll learn in our next classes. Okay, till then, for today, it is enough. So I'll give some questions as your home assignment. Write down the answers and send me in WhatsApp group. Clear? Okay. Have a nice day. So student, here are the some home assignment questions for you. Write down the answer and send me in WhatsApp group. These questions are related to your today's video. Okay. So watch and listen a video properly. After that, you do the home assignment questions. Then send me in a group. Okay. Have a nice day.